Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wembley Stadium for a major announcement. On July 19th, under that famous Wembley arch, history will be made. For the first time in this country, the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship will be on the line. And there's a lot of faces up here, a lot of people that you're going to hear from who will all play their part today. But as you can tell, there are two faces missing. So let's bring them up here. I'd like to first introduce to the stage the reigning and defending IBF World Heavyweight Champion. Please give it up for Daniel Dynamite Dubois. Okay, now let's welcome to the stage his opponent on July 19th. He is the reigning, defending WBO, WBC, WBA, Ring Magazine, Lineal World Heavyweight Champion. Please give it up for Oleksandr Usyk.
Hi everybody.
All together now.
Okay, thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Oleksandr, for joining us. On July 19th, history will be made here at Wembley Stadium. Britain's Daniel Dynamite Dubois, the IBF World Heavyweight Champion, perhaps the biggest puncher in the division today, will take on the Ukrainian genius, the unbeaten unified World Heavyweight Champion, Oleksandr Usyk. But as most of you know, this is a story that runs deep. It'll not be the first time that these two men have met. It was a rainy night in Wrocław, Poland, 2 years ago, August 2023, where Oleksandr Usyk successfully defended his crown against Daniel Dubois, and he emerged that night in front of thousands of his Ukrainian fans on Ukraine's National Independence Day. He emerged as the victor. It was a stormy night. It was an emotional night, and it was a night that many here will never, ever forget. And whilst Usyk emerged with his unified crown that night intact from that storm, he also emerged under a cloud of controversy. Daniel Dubois landed a punch in the 5th round. Usyk went down, and for a moment, time stood still. The referee that night judged that the punch was low. But many to this day are still debating, as I'm sure they will very shortly, as to whether or not the referee made the right decision. Was it above the line? Was it below the line? Was it on the line? Well, since that night, Oleksandr Usyk went away and became the first undisputed world heavyweight champion of the century. Daniel Dubois, he went away and he became the IBF world heavyweight champion, scoring 3 impressive back-to-back knockout wins. And now, on the quest for history, legacy and answers, fate has brought these two men back together. And whether you think that punch 2 years ago in round 5 was above the line or below the line, one thing is for sure. On July 19th, under that famous Wembley arch, live around the world on DAZN, absolutely everything is on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Usyk versus Dubois 2. This is undisputed. Let's hear first from Hall of Fame boxing promoter Frank Warren. And Frank, back at Wembley, it's another big night at Wembley Stadium for yourself, and something to really look forward to.
This is a massive night at Wembley. It's a historical night for British boxing and British sport. It's the first time ever the undisputed belts have ever been fought for in the UK. 4 of them on the line. It's history-making stuff, and it's an opportunity for Daniel to etch his name in British sporting history. He wins this fight, he's the first Brit to hold the 4 belts. That is a great, great carrot for him to go and get and to hopefully do. This is a fight against a guy who, in Oleksandr, who is probably looks to be as the best heavyweight of his generation. He's certainly the best cruiserweight of his generation, and he won a gold medal in the Olympic Games. He's done everything that's asked of him. He's undefeated. He's a magnificent fighter. Every Brit he's fought, he's got the decision against or stopped them. That's 7 Brits he's beaten already. Daniel's the 8th one he faced. I should say. This is as I say, history-making stuff. We're going to sell out here. It's going to be a fantastic night. Daniel's on a magnificent run since the loss against, controversial loss, I should say, against Oleksandr, and done everything in style. Beaten 3 world-class fighters, 1 or 2-time world champion here last year. Done it in magnificent style, showed what he was all about. The one before that beat Hrgovic, undefeated fighter, and a fighter that was much avoided and came through some torrid moments in the early part of the fight. He shipped a few right hands, but showed what he's all about and gritted his teeth. And then Babe Miller, the fight that he had immediately after his loss, was a guy who I felt would test him mentally, and he came through that test, and not only came through it, beat him and showed that any moment of the fight he's dangerous in stopping him in the last round. This is history. On the 19th of July, we're going to see history. We're going to see the best fighting the best. The number 1 against the number 2. The 2 best active heavyweights in the world. They're going to be putting it all on the line, and it's going to be something magnificent.
Frank, you say it'll all be on the line on July 19th. I know you've got a very strong view on what happened the first time that these two men met. What happened that night in August 2023?
What happened? Daniel didn't get the decision. He lost the fight. That's what happened. There was a very controversial moment about the low blow. We went through all this yesterday. As I sit here now, for me, all day long, that was a legal blow. It's not about the belt line, it's where your navel is. And the 4 minutes, he hurt. Remember, it weren't called a low blow as the punch landed. There's no doubt about it that it did hurt Alex, and there's no doubt about it that the referee gave him extra time, even when he wanted to fight on. He wanted to fight on, and the referee gave him extra time. But it's done. It's dusted. It was not Daniel's time. The referee, for me, got it wrong. He can put that right on the 19th. You can't change what's happened. We can bitch about it, moan about it, everything. You look at the record books, it says what it is. At the end of the day, it's all about now the 19th. It's about Daniel going out there, taking his referee and his judges, those 2 fists, into the ring and doing the business, which he's capable of doing it. He's absolutely shown what he's all about. As I said, in his last 3 fights, he's beaten world-class fighters and beaten them well, beaten them in sensational style. He's never in a boring fight, ever. And this is his moment. This is his moment in time to create history.
Well, let's bring in Alex Krasik from Team Usyk. Now, Alex, I'm sure you normally have a bit of a speech in front of you. Give us your reflections on the first time these two men met and your thoughts heading into this fight, please.
Dev, you hear me?
I hear you.
Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to be back to London with the best ever boxing audience you can find in the world. So, as they say, wisdom is the fruit of experience. This can be very much related to boxing. And you know what? Daniel Dubois had his priceless experience in the first fight with Oleksandr Usyk. And now, he's not a kid anymore. Now, he is a mature man with the IBF belt on his waist. And the one who underestimates him does terribly wrong. What can I say? But here we have a prodigy man sitting next to me. And he has completed, next to me, you're a prodigy man. Who has completed it all. And you know what? He's still hungry and ready to expose his version of wisdom on July 19th here at Wembley. Fighting, by the way, for something historical that never been before. He says, formerly he was thinking that he will be playing at Wembley, but now it comes that he's going to be fighting at Wembley. And one more important thing to know. This time you will see the version of Usyk that you have never seen before. No more controversies, no more question marks, Let the victory go to the one who deserves it more. God bless. Thank you very much.
Alex, I'm not going to let you go like that. We have a few things to discuss. After that first fight, and I know you've been talking about it, but we're going to talk about it some more. After the first fight, you said that you felt Daniel Dubois had a dirty plan that night and that he landed several low blows. Do you still believe that today, or was it heat of the moment?
Yeah, we made the calculation. We watched the fight and counted the low blows that he landed, but referee did not pay attention to, and it was up to 20. For that reason, you made a conclusion that that was kind of a plan to play, let's say, dirty, maybe not dirty. Ooh. Haters say it's Photoshop. But it's not. That's a real one.
So there are several photos here of various punches from the first fight. I think there is one in front of Oleksandr Usyk he is looking at. He is asking for a pen and a marker. A member of his team is looking to give that to him. Frank, I think you've got a photo as well. Frank's going to sign it for him.
Fine.
Why? Because it's for me like my home. Okay, no problem. Look at this. Maybe this. You could look this.
Good joke.
No, this is no joke. Maybe I thought it's for you.
So to confirm, there are several different images here of Daniel Dubois punching Oleksandr Usyk, which I guess Usyk team are presenting as low shots. Usyk has signed. Daniel Dubois is now signing the paper here.
It was a body shot, but illegal body shot.
They're nothing to do with the actual.
Frank, I think you've got a photo in front of you as well.
Yeah, listen, we can't afford. I've just got a photo of a picture from.
Friend, show me this.
And that's there. Look, that's not low. That's why they stopped.
You know, friend, I stayed like this. Oh my God, I love you, bro.
But listen, like I say, that's all history. That's in the past, and we're going to put that right. It's going to be put right. Daniel at Wembley is going to make your legs go all trembly.
I think this is a good time to bring in Don Charles, actually. Don, you've just witnessed a variety of photos presented. What are your thoughts?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming. Right, you know, Usyk, me personally as a boxing coach, I have a lot of respect for you as a fighter. What you've achieved is remarkable. Yeah, so, but it disappoints me that you can actually stoop as low as bringing those types of photographs I'm looking at. Why don't you print one of those prints as the actual shot that had you trembling? The acting you did that night, you've heard of the Oscars, right? The Emmys. You should be given an Oscar for the performance. You conned the referee, you conned us, you conned the boxing world. I've always maintained that, and I'll still maintain it. You pride yourself as a God-fearing man. Thou shalt not lie in the name of God. So I want to question, what kind of God do you worship? Period. You can look at me as much as you want. In fact, I'll give you a photograph of mine. You can take it home and study it. You're very mentally strong, but you've met somebody who's stronger than you.
I believe for Jesus.
Jealous of what?
I believe.
Of what? Tell me what?
For Jesus.
Jealous of what?
Yeah, you.
Explain yourself.
Saying Jesus.
Explain yourself.
Jesus.
Jesus. I'm jealous of Jesus.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen.
Do you know the way the God that
you're right.
The God
You're
that
right.
I worship, the way it works is that the God has summoned you to come back here for our son here, Daniel Dubois, to get revenge on you. That's why you're here.
Okay. You're right. I deserve Oscar. It's you.
Yes, you do.
You are
Oscar
right.
is coming next.
You all right? Listen. You must teach your fighter punch clean, but I win this fight for right my hand like a jab, bam, enough.
You're very comical as well. You're a comedian. When you finish boxing, you've achieved greatness, in my opinion. You go down as one of the generational great. Granted, nobody's denying that, but die shall not cheat.
Oleksandr, it's a good time to talk to you. That is, I've never come out of an Oleksandr Usyk fight where people have said he cheated, he faked it, he acted. What are you thinking when you hear things like this from the opposite team?
I don't think about these people. I don't think about these people because it's just talking. Listen, I long time go to my God. Boxing gets pieces my life. A lot of people say, hey, listen, you not take belt heavyweight, you not take belt 4-belt cruiserweight. You know what I say? We'll see. We'll see. For me, it doesn't matter. It's my road. Just my road. Blah, 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 blah. It's just a lot of people. Yeah. Left seat.
Oleksandr, yesterday, Don Charles's son, George Fox, actually had a conversation with you, and you said, we can go to London, we can have a street fight, 4 versus 4. What was that about? Also, when you were asked about media, about the shot, you said, again, I'm ready to rematch Dubois now, let's do it street fight. Why is this? Has it bothered you?
Listen, I'm ready right now. Not after tomorrow, right now, today. But I don't have to my team. It's a Lord and Archer. But this have my team, me, March, Sergey.
Egis.
Yeah.
Egis ready.
Yeah, Egis ready right now. Listen, son, I don't know what the...
George Fox is the man you were speaking to yesterday.
George say, you bad guy, blah blah blah. It's a punch was legal, blah 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 blah. I say, hey, listen, how many professional fighters you have? This man, I don't have professional fighters. I do? No. How many? 5.
You have his brother, you have his
Bro, listen.
cheeseburger in McDonald's, in Big Mac menu. What you have, okay?
Just it's only talk.
Maybe
Yeah,
one,
we'll see,
one
bro.
big
Okay.
cola.
Yeah, of course.
I said to you from the beginning, I've never cheated in boxing. When they removed from the camera, the first thing I said to you, I gave you your respect. I said, what way? I gave you your respect.
It was in the past, bro.
The first thing I said,
Blah, 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 blah.
if we're going to do that,
Blah, 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 blah.
Listen, I do respect for you for this team. I respect all my opponents. All my opponents who live UK, who live anybody, any world.
let me speak. I came to you and I respected you. I said to you, your achievements in boxing, I doubted you. I didn't think you would beat Fury, I didn't think you would beat AJ, and you did. And I said, you're an incredible fighter. What you achieved in boxing, guess what? My dream from a young kid, I wish I achieved what you achieved in boxing.
George, can I just pause you for one moment? I need to relay what you are saying. So you're prefacing this by saying you have a lot of respect for Oleksandr Usyk, everything
Why
he's
did you
achieved.
open that can with the words? Why did you open
this is what I do.
can with the words?
I open these
Are we here
words.
at a press conference or we're here at some kind of like a bullshitting?
We're here for a bit of everything. George, what was you saying?
You asked a question, so I kept paying him with respect.
No.
Me, I didn't say, I asked him a question. He's the person that started
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, George. George, so basically what George Fox has said is that he feels like he has hit a nerve with Oleksandr Usyk by questioning the low blow or the body shot. Let's bring in, at this point, Daniel Dynamite Dubois, who has been sitting here quietly so far. Daniel, I've seen you clenching your fist actually a few times whilst all of this is going on. You said you were cheated that night in Poland. Do you still feel that way?
Yeah, but it's in the past now. It's happened, you know. I get a chance to put that wrong right and clear up the controversy, you know. There's a lot of shit being talked about right now, but I can't wait to put him to sleep on the night.
Let's go.
How different is this Daniel Dubois now to the one from 2 years ago?
I think I'm on fire now. I'm on fire, and I'm just pent up and ready to go. It's going to be a bloodbath. I want to just put all the controversy and all of that nonsense to rest and show that I'm a man of the future.
I remember the first time you faced off with Oleksandr Usyk 2 years ago, press conference in London, and he started rapping, started moving around. Yesterday you pushed him and you called him a pussy. What was that about?
I don't know about all that. I just know that on the ring, on the night, he'll be doing a funny dance in the ring when I hit him.
You believe you'll knock out Oleksandr Usyk?
Yeah.
You already did.
Let's keep the conversation flowing here. Let's bring in Egis Klimas from Team Usyk. Egis, I'm sure you are very much looking forward to this. What are your reflections on Fight 1? What are you thinking about Fight 2?
Hello, everybody. Low blow, no blow, sleepless night for a lot of people. Look, Alexander showed what he's capable to do. I guarantee you, if he would see referee start counting, he would be on his feet. Don't call my man a cheater, because he didn't cheat. He had opportunity to rest, and he rested. I'm sure you had a hit in the balls before, and probably know that feeling. But he was hit in the balls, he went down, referee didn't count it. Referee gave him a time. If you wanted to say something, you got to tell to referee, not to my man. Anyway, looking forward for July 19th and to hear about Sweet Caroline again. Thank you.
Let me just bring Don Charles back in, because I saw you just shaking your head the entire time, Don. If the referee had started counting that night, what do you think? Do you think Usyk would have got up, or what?
Again, it's my opinion. From what I witnessed, I was 2 meters away from the incident. Right? Not because he's my fighter, Daniel Dubois, that it was against us. There's nowhere in the world. The man I saw, his central nervous system was shut down. Hence why he was trembling. He didn't even, at no point, grab the area that's supposed to have been hit. Okay? At no point did he make it automatically, that's every man here, if you've been hit by a tennis ball, whatever, automatic reaction is to reach for your groin to protect it, but he did no such thing. His hands were permanently just bit by his stomach area, trembling. Okay, there's no way he would have made the count. If I can go back to what Ignis just alluded to, every time Daniel attempted to hit his body, he stopped and pointed to his body. He basically conditioned the referee prior to the actual punch that landed in the 5th round. He conditioned the referee. Referee is only a human being. He panicked. Remember, Oleksandr Usyk is this great fighter that when you get to a certain level in sports, any sports, you get some kind of favoritism and protection. The referee panicked, in my opinion, with his decision. He's only a human being. Okay, he had already been conditioned prior to the actual punch in question. That's my opinion.
You said one very, very right thing here, all of this conversation. This is your opinion.
Correct.
Right,
I'm entitled to it. And we're living in the days of where everything is recorded and high definition. There is not the days where the picture's a bit fuzzy. So everything I'm saying here, I challenge you or a panel, not today, we don't have time, to go and examine it. We've never really done, call a panel on this so we can once and for all put it, in fact, you don't need no panel because on the 19th of July, we will show you forensically as a coach, dissected and investigated you. You will be found that on the 19th, you're going to get knocked out by my guy.
That's what we want to hear.
Looking forward for July 19th.
We don't care about no body shots. We're going to knock him out on the 19th.
Nice plan.
Well, they're talking about July 19th. Let's bring in Michael Ridout from DAZN. And Michael, what a time to come in here. What a stadium fight. So many great stadium fights. You know, Wembley stadium fights over the years. Froch Groves, Fury, of course, Daniel Dubois himself. Big night for DAZN to be involved in.
Big night, great night. Thanks, Devon. Thanks, everybody, for coming today. I just want to briefly look back on Saturday night, another stadium fight, an incredible battle that will no doubt be a Fight of the Year contender. And it highlights the strength of stadium shows in this country. And July 19th will be no different. And from what we've heard the last 20 minutes, I'm pretty sure we're all in agreement there. This is another tentpole event on a packed DAZN schedule. We've got a blockbuster weekend coming. We're in New York on Friday night. Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney all competing. And then Saturday night we're back in the fight capital of the world in Riyadh for Canelo's return. But back to this one. If you're not lucky enough to get a ticket, make sure you're watching. It's only available live, worldwide, on DAZN, your global home of boxing.
Thank you, Michael. Serge Lapin on Team Usyk has been sat there fairly quietly so far. Serge, if I've got your attention, let's get your thoughts, not so much on the first fight, but why you believe your man, Oleksandr Usyk, will once again become undisputed world heavyweight champion on July 19th. Give us your thoughts.
Hi everyone. Вітаю всіх. Зараз багато розмов про заборонений удар в першому бою. Давайте вспомнимо. Дозвольте нагадати про перший бій, що наш хлопець виграв їхнього хлопця всього лиш джебом. Джеб. Це просто джеб. Джеб and knockout. You know, this boxing and jab. And I have special rules for you. And for you, team, maybe I have special analytic. We have
they're boring fuckers over there, so no.
Guys, and special for you.
Shut them up.
And we see you in July in Wembley. This is nice. Wow. And maybe this guy is McDonald's work. Yes. Maybe you give a big double cheeseburger and Big Mac. For me, Big Mac. For my team, double cheeseburger. Okay.
Hi everybody, thank you so much. We go to training camp. See you later.
Well, Oleksandr, just before you go, let me just get a final word from Frank Warren here. Big stadium fight, and then we'll get the face-off.
Well, thanks everybody for coming along. Sorry we started late, but I would like to say also thank you to DAZN. Brilliant partnership, brilliant fights, and this is going to be something special. I want to thank Riyadh Season. I want to thank our fellow promoters ready to fight, and we are ready to fight. 19th of July, you're going to see something special. History.
Okay. Let's get a face-off. Thank you, Frank.
Like this?
Come on, boys. Thank you. Shoulders, arms, legs. Thank you. KO. not possible. Bro, it's not possible.
Alright guys, face the front please.
Come here, watch out.
Big bird, I think that's the force of a clip. I used to be quiet, that's all anyway, so I had to run right when I bought me a thing. Walk with my things, pedaling more feet. Every time I was living out more weed. Skip couple years, all 7 the story. Now I'm hollow man, it's some heavy to your jeans.
Face up.
Yeah.
Not too close, not too close.
Yeah, bloody and idiot, clapped in the neck like a mandarin sword. Now I got my son that on me. So much stress, I like a weaponry orgy. First trying to make me for a murder, but it could have been a man that had the weapon before me. BY3, I've been peddling all free. Got P a box, it was just under 4G. I told him we get 10 back 2 grams. And we get 8 about 4G. Bad man's on the block, spend the young these mantis a lot. TV, tiny, car, and a Jim Jones holding it down while they handle the clock. Got my man never lock, strapped to the under the lock. Your man never walk, me and you are cool when you can stand there and watch. My PYGs will put their hands on your watch. Easy, I put your mans in a box. Young lad, TV, JJ shots. I treat my little like fam, not a boss. My man never walk, or your man never wash. Eat couple shots and you ran to the cops. Big 4-5, they put their hands on the shot. I talk about the hand on the rock. But that one color man handles a lot.
Kingslayer.
Handle the lot. Me and Foss bagging up grams at the spot. Shots in my grind gear, jumped in my head. Guys that down the slangy and rock. Color man handles his job. Beds on the ground, helicopters on top.